No, Iman Khalif is not a man. I repeat, Iman Khalif is not a man. She's a biologically born woman with a hormonal defect that makes her produce more testosterone than the average woman. Now, Iman has been the talk of the world lately by almost everyone at this point, and people have been throwing speculations left, right, and center about her if she's actually a transgender or not. I mean, if they did the slightest bit of research, they would have actually found out that she's actually a biological woman. I mean, there's old pictures of the girl when she was, a kid, and she looks like a normal girl. Now, everyone jumped on the hate wagon, throwing allegations out of nowhere, not backed by any, um, by any real proof. Calling her trans, that she shouldn't um compete in the Olympics, that she's basically a man beating a woman. I mean, that seems like John Jones to me. But this brings us to a whole other point. Let's forget about Iman. A few years ago, they were talking about if Mike Tyson identified as a woman, he should be able to compete with women. And now, wow, great voice crack. And now we see a biologically born woman with a hormonal defect that makes her look manly and produce more testosterone than an actual woman being hated on simply just because she was born that way. I smell double standards. I even saw actual boxers going out their way to basically tarnish this poor woman's reputation just because she looks different. I've seen Clarissa Shields talk about her actually. Now, isn't Clarissa Shields the girl that was talking about fighting Keith Thurman like a year ago, saying that she could beat him? What happened now? I thought men and women can actually box. Plus, the drama caused by her opponent giving up in like 40 seconds into the first round didn't make it any better, because she's talking about, her opponent is talking about, I can't, this is unfair, I shouldn't be boxing a man. You're not boxing a man, you're just boxing a woman. And she's just stronger than you. And now, if Iman Khalif was this unbeatable force out of that came out of outer space or whatever, she would have been this undefeated great boxer with, all knockouts and whatnot. No, she's like 37-9 in the amateurs. Like, she's not like this unbeatable boxer. She has been beat before 9 times. So it's not like she possesses godly power or anything. Now, people could have just put like a minute of research, and they would have found out that, gender transitioning surgery or gender affirming surgery, whatever they call it, is illegal in where she's from Algeria. It's illegal here. Now, maybe you could say, oh, she traveled abroad and got a surgery or whatever, but there is old pictures of her looking like a normal girl. If you want to put allegations on her, it should be that she's injecting testosterone up her ass. Now, the point that I want to get to is, this story proves to us that this whole transgender argument, that trans people should be able to compete in the gender that they're in now, aside from the gender that they were, before they had surgery. It just destroys the entire argument, because we are seeing the unfair advantage that this woman with just a little extra testosterone is having against these, normal testosterone level women. It's apparently such an unfair advantage that the whole world has to talk about it. So imagine if she was actually a man fighting women. She would have, I mean, she would have probably killed him. Now, let's actually put Iman Khalif against an actual man. That man would probably do her like she's doing all these other, normal women. So imagine if, a man was actually competing against these women, and it wasn't just, a woman with a little extra testosterone. You see how dangerous that would have been? And what's even funnier, we see these red pill, anti-transgender, whatever, shenanigan people taking this as an opportunity to not just shit on Iman, but also to prove their point. Now, take it to prove their point. I don't care, but at least do some research on a woman before you just put allegations out and saying that she is a trans woman beating on real women. Well, shut the fuck up. What I find even crazier is Elon Musk came out his way just to put his opinion that no one really cares about on Twitter, and now people are taking his unvalidated opinion as fact, although it's not. Now, I fully agree that trans women shouldn't compete in combat sports against real women, but does a woman with a hormonal defect count as a trans woman? I don't think so. She is still a real woman. She was born a real woman, and she should compete in the gender she was biologically born as. Now, the only proof that these people stand on is a failed test from the 2023 IBA World Tournament or World Championship. But she didn't fail a test in the IBA World Championship because she was biologically a man. She failed it just for high testosterone. She was simply disqualified for having, too much testosterone in her system. But still, what are her chromosomes? Her chromosomes is XX, a woman, not XY. She's no man. Now, our conclusion of the day is don't put out allegations with no valid proof, because it might ruin someone's life. It might ruin her life because maybe in the future she wouldn't be able to compete because of this whole drama that has risen out of nowhere. And also, it proves to us that men cannot compete with women in combat sport, or actually in any sport, because they would have unfair advantage. We see how much advantage this woman with just a little bit extra testosterone has. So imagine if she was an actual man. So basically, this whole thing is just proof of how brain dead the whole woke community is, and also it's a proof that people would just hate on something without knowing anything about it, just because their favorite celebrities have hated on it as well. Damn, you see how fucking shiny I look? It's like 7 million degrees Celsius in this room right now. I have a fan, but I can't turn it on because I have the light plugged in. Anyways, it was nice talking to you guys. See ya.